Holy shit! Dude! Dude! It's finally come true. The 7-year-long wrestling dream has finally come true. CM Punk is back! Holy shit, man.
Fucking crazy.
Welcome to the Pierce the Canvas podcast. This is Pierce. I am here with my brother Ali, aka Fresh Corn Proximus Centauri. He goes by a lot of names. He's as big, if not even bigger wrestling fan as I. Look at the guy's shirt. Have you even seen me wear a wrestling shirt once on this show? Not really. You know, we've been huge wrestling fans. He got me into wrestling when I was like 9 years old, man. So it's been a long time. And, we were fans since the Pipe Bomb days. I remember talking to him about it literally days after, and everything between then and now, even before then. And here we are, AEW Rampage, August 20th, 2021, the final dance. CM Punk's back, and it's just really, it's surreal. It's really unreal. They brought him out right at the beginning of the show, so I was really thinking, like, are they going to wait till the end of the show, like the main event after the Daniel Garcia match? Are they just going to kick it off right away, which, in hindsight, was definitely the best thing to do? And there's the answer to that question. They absolutely opened the show to a packed, sold-out United Center. This is AEW's largest crowd in history. They had over, I believe, 14,000 people in-house. Man, oh man. Yeah, it's just friggin' awesome. It's hard to even come up with words. So yeah, as I said, the show opened. The announcers kind of gave a small rundown of the show. They cut to basically an arena-wide camera, kept the anticipation. The arena absolutely exploded with CM Punk chants, and then boom, his theme song came on, and out he came, CM Punk. So this is his first, again, as I mentioned, his first wrestling appearance since 2014, unless you count those two when he was in disguise or whatever the hell. And he has Cult of Personality for his theme song. This guy goes all out, man. He jumps into the crowd. He gets all the love, man. There's people crying in the audience. We're getting shots of, like, people just fully teared up. Man, it was a really emotional moment, man. You must be excited, too, eh?
Yeah, it was really awesome. It looked like he had a bunch of family in the audience, too. It was a lot of people he was hugging and kissing and stuff. Like, it was a really nice moment.
It was freaking absolutely amazing, man. I could only imagine what it would have been like being in that building, dude. Like, God, like, I almost have regret I wasn't there, man. There's no real way I can be right now. But, my God. Like, that was just so amazing. I could barely even keep together. I even saw there was one person in the crowd who specified it's been 2,766 days since the last time we've seen him around wrestling. I don't even want to say in professional wrestling, and I'll get to the reason why in a little bit. So CM Punk makes his entrance, dives into the fans, gets us super rowdy and excited, and they took a quick commercial break. Excalibur's like begging us not to leave. He's like, only 90 seconds, I swear to God, we're not going to go, or please don't go anywhere. We'll have CM Punk talk to us after. He says, we've waited 7 years, we could wait another 90 seconds. And so we're back from commercial, and CM Punk is equipped with his most lethal weapon, a microphone. So we got to hear him speak. I heard a lot of speculation that he's probably not going to speak for the first bit. They're going to hold off on giving him a hot mic, but no, we went straight into it tonight. Thank goodness. It was really great. So he says that Chicago really knows how to make somebody feel like Britt Baker in Pittsburgh, and says that he feels and hears Chicago. Says that he's winging this whole thing. He didn't plan on what to say whatsoever because he knew he had to feel it. He didn't know how he would feel. He said he just had to be in the moment and just wing it with us. So teary-eyed, he says that he feels us, he hears us. He says he's heard us chanting his name for 7 years, which is just like so true. It even got annoying at certain points, just hearing CM Punk chants all the time. They almost became like the new what chant. Says that we got a lot to cover tonight. Says there's good news and bad news. Bad news being that we can't get to it all right now, but the good news is that he has time. So in saying that, he's telling us that he's here full time. He says Wednesday, Friday, 4 Sundays or Saturdays a year. He says he's there, man. and he says that he's not going anywhere. So he's full time. He's not going to be any of this part time crap. He's signed full time to AEW, man. I'm so excited. So Punk tells us that he basically asks for our understanding, like, you know, if through his journey and personal decisions that he made, if he disappointed us, he understands that we were disappointed, you know, because he never came back to wrestling. I think that's what he's referencing. Like, if you're disappointed that it took me this long, please just understand, like, WWE fucking sucks is basically what he was saying. And I would never go back there. But he's found a home, of course, in AEW now. He asks us to understand that he would have never gotten okay mentally, physically, or spiritually if he stayed where he was made sick in the first place. Again, referencing WWE. Never dropped their name, of course, but we all know what he's talking about. Says he wants to tell us a story. He takes his sweater off. He was wearing a sweater when he came out, and underneath the sweater he was wearing a white t-shirt very similar to the one when he started the Best in the World gimmick in WWE. Very similar t-shirt he had. He sits down in the middle of the ring, and the crowd pops for him sitting down. Says that he felt before that he had to leave at a certain point with Ring of Honor. He says that August 13th, 2005 was his last day there. He says he left with tears in his eyes because he made Ring of Honor a place where people can work, get paid, learn their craft, and love professional wrestling. Said he cried because he knew he was leaving a place he loved, and it was a home, and he knew where he was going. He knew that he was leaving his home and going to the corporate conglomerate, right? Ring of Honor really was a home for him, and he knew that he didn't want to leave. Says that August 13th, 2005 is the day that he left professional wrestling. Again, basically saying WWE is not professional wrestling, and I agree with that statement.
And according to Nick Khan, they're not.
Yeah, oh yeah. Nick Khan is the absolute diametric opposite of anything to do with professional wrestling, man. August 20th, 2001, that's 2021. Today says he's back, and he's back for us. He's back for himself. He's now surrounded by talent he wishes he was with 10 years ago. He's back because he wants to work with young talent who he shares his passion with. He's back to settle scores in the locker room. Says he's back for the young guys, and immediately goes to call out Darby Allin. And so the camera shoots in the rafters. We have Darby Allin and Sting hanging out. Punk spots them, and he says that, you know, Darby, or basically praises him, says, I've seen you jump out of airplanes, you've been pushed around in body bags, and kicked down the flight of stairs, but he always comes back. Like everyone in Chicago, he's tough. CM Punk says that he's going to help Darby Allin, because we all know what Darby loves the most, and it's danger, the adrenaline he gets from danger. And he says nothing is more dangerous than wrestling CM Punk. Not only wrestling CM Punk, but wrestling him in Chicago. Says that we'll see Darby Allin, Sting, and CM Punk at Chicago, September 5th at All Out, and challenges Darby Allin for a match. So it's confirmed we're getting Darby Allin versus CM Punk at All Out. This is going to be freaking awesome, man. And then he closes the promo to say that 7 years has been a long time, and he requests that everyone in the arena grabs a free ice cream bar on him. Man, just absolutely amazing promo. I don't know if you have anything to add, but I was just like, oh man.
I thought it was funny how the commentators had ice cream bars.
Yeah,
I didn't think that was a real thing.
Yeah, literally, they cut to the announcers. They're all opening up their packages of ice cream bars. God, man, this is a 15 minutes I'll never forget in my life, dude. Like, yeah. You know, I don't even know what's bigger, like, has made a bigger impact on me, whether it's this or the pipe bomb incident. I think this is even, because this is in a positive light, you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
This is, like, the most positive, like, immediate reaction that I've had to like, a wrestling segment.
Ever. Fucking awesome, man. Unfortunately, we do have a rest of the show to get to here. I wish I could just sit here and talk about CM Punk for an hour, but... So, we cut to the back, and we have Christian Cage. It just feels so lame talking about this. He's with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. Basically tells them to win the tag team tournament, tells the Young Bucks that they could use their status all they want, but they cannot beat Jurassic Express in a steel cage. He goes on to address Kenny Omega, says he's got his number, says that All Out he will beat him for the AEW World title. Next up, we have the first match of the night, the first of three. This is Private Party with Matt Hardy versus Jurassic Express, who had Marcus Stunt in their corner. This is a World Tag Team Championship Eliminator tournament match. And so the match, it took a little while to get started. Before it did, the Young Bucks set some chairs up at the stage, and they just watched the whole match. Remember Sheamus' old gimmick? Remember when he used to just sit at the stage when he was King of the Ring or whatever?
He sat there for like 2 hours at one time.
I know, he just sat for the entire show. So that's what these guys were doing, except only for this match. So, as I said, the match took a minute to kind of really pick up. I think it took after the first commercial break. And then there was an insane spot where Jungle Boy attempted to superplex off of Luchasaurus's back, that same thing that we saw in Dynamite. But Isaiah freaking reverses it into a Canadian Destroyer off of Luchasaurus's back, man. That was the absolute craziest destroyer I've ever seen. And Mark Quinn after that landed a missile dropkick onto Luchasaurus. There's also an assisted shooting star press by Mark Quinn to the outside. We got a silly string attempt turned into an assisted neckbreaker by Jungle Boy. At one point, it was kind of funny. Marco Stunt is he's cheerleading Jurassic Express on. Matt Hardy just rips him off the apron and just throws him like a piece of trash. Private Party gets Jungle Boy up top, attempts a gin and juice. Jungle Boy reverses into a DDT. Jurassic Express lands the Jurassic Express. I don't even know what the hell their finisher's called. That's what Excalibur said. He called it the Jurassic Express. So they landed their tag team finisher for the win, and this moves them on to the next bracket in the tournament. I believe the next match will be the Varsity Blondes versus Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
That'll be the next match in the tournament. Whoever wins that will face Jurassic Express in the finals. It's a short tournament, just a 2-match tournament, and then 3-match tournament for the finals, and then the final match, I guess, at All Out in a steel cage match.
But considering that we just saw the Jurassic Express versus the Young Bucks recently, I think Lucha Bros are gonna.
I want Lucha Bros to win, man. Lucha Bros or Santana and Ortiz. Those are the two teams I really want to see carry the titles right now. Yeah, I agree. I think Lucha Bros should take this. So we have Don Callis, Kenny Omega, and Nakazawa. So they're all chilling in the back. Don says that Christian got a fluke win over Kenny Omega. I think he may have commented on the Jurassic Express win just now, saying that was also a fluke. Kenny says that this night was all set up for him, and says that he's going to retire Christian Cage for another 7 years at All Out. It was a quick promo. So we go into the second match. This one went quick. It was Kiera Hogan versus Jade Cargill. I guess this is Kiera Hogan's, actual TV debut. I'm sure she wrestled on Dark a few times. So there's a small promo package before. Kiera says that that Jade is not doing her a favor, and that she is not a toy to be played with. Sterling says that she's messing with the wrong, and then Jade says, bitch. Jade says tonight, we feast. And so throughout the match, Cargill is overpowering Kiera. Kiera got a few shots in until a huge big boot, and then Jade picked her up and landed the Jaded for the win. Like I said, super quick match, but we're racking up those wins for Jade Cargill, right? We all know she's going to be one of the biggest stars on that women's division, so they're just building her up. They're breaking her in, right? She's still kind of green, right? So they're just giving her TV time, giving her wrestling time, and this was one of those moments to showcase her dominance. So we have announced for this Wednesday, first and foremost, we have CM Punk will be in Milwaukee this Wednesday. We'll also, as I mentioned earlier, have Varsity Blondes versus Lucha Bros, Red Velvet versus Jamie Hayter, Orange Cassidy versus Matt Hardy, and of course Malachi Black versus Brock Anderson. I wonder if that'll be the main event. It probably will be. That's going to be interesting. Brock Anderson's going to die. So next we have Mark Henry interviewing 2.0 Daniel Garcia, and then Jon Moxley on another screen. So he asked 2.0 why they attacked Moxley, and Daniel says he has to beat Moxley in the United Center. Matt Lee says that John went down pretty quick for a tough guy, says that Daniel Garcia will give John a taste. John is just pissed off. He's like infuriated. Said he's going to commit assault against this guy. Says Garcia has a better chance getting him pregnant than beating him. Says he's going to squeeze his head until his eyes pop out. Yeah, he was not a happy camper this evening. So the final match of the evening, Daniel Garcia with 2.0 versus Jon Moxley with Eddie Kingston. So Moxley and just out the gates kind of killing Garcia, just stomping a mud hole in that guy. Garcia is able to get the upper hand and take him down for a couple submissions, corners him for chops, locks an ankle lock until Moxley's able to grab the ropes. The guys are exchanging heavy blows. These guys are really laying it in, man. They're hitting each other hard until Moxley is able to land one of those drop suplex moves he does. Moxley attempts a paradigm shift. Garcia locks in a sort of sharpshooter type of submission. Moxley's able to transition to a bulldog choke, chokes him out. Daniel Garcia taps out for the win. And I think that might be the first time somebody's tapped out to that move. Usually it's called off because, like they pass out or whatever. I think Daniel Garcia is the first guy to bitch out and quit. So, post-match attack, we have 2.0 go after the faces here. Eddie Kingston, spears the shit out of one of the guys trying to help, but he's eventually outnumbered. Sting and Darby Allin come out for the save. The fans were just begging for CM Punk to come out, but he didn't show up at the end of the show here. Moxley lands a paradigm shift to Garcia. Stinger splash to both guys. They're both cornered. Sting lands a Scorpion Death Drop. Darby Allin's able to land a Coffin Drop. So they just ended the show. Complete babyface ending here. Had the fans leave the arena happy. And oh man, this was a really great show, dude. Yeah. Top to bottom, it was honestly as good as it really had to be. Again, the Kira Hogan versus Cargill match, of course, was really short, but it had its reasons for being so. I absolutely loved a couple spots in the tag team match. So this, wasn't just the CM Punk stuff. It was everything on the show, in my opinion, was great. And that pretty much does it for this show, guys. This was AEW Rampage. Again, the final dance. We have CM Punk here. He's going to be showing up on Wednesday. I will be back on Wednesday. We'll cover that. Allie, thanks so much for being on the show, man. And as always, thank you for watching me for your Rampage coverage. We'll be back Wednesday. Take care, guys.